Meet Tubby Iron, my maxed Ironman that I've been playing on the last 4 years. The goal is to build one of the most stacked Ironman accounts in old school RuneScape. After recently obtaining the Dupelicate Shadow, the Twisted Bow, and the Scythe of Vitor are the only 2 remaining items that I need out of the big 3 mega rares. Also, I still need to fight my way through the Inferno and get my first Infernal Cape. Furthermore, Varlamore is here, which also brought another best in slot cape locked behind a new difficult wave-based challenge that I will need to conquer as well. Welcome to the beginning of the end. The Kingdom of Varlamore has been added to old school RuneScape recently, which added a whole lot of new things to do. You can fight your way through the Colosseum and climb the glory ranks. You can train Hunter in a new and engaging way with the Hunter Guild. And most importantly, there's a brand new herb patch just outside the main city. How exciting! But in all seriousness, there's one specific piece of content that I would like to take a look at today. After getting all the new quests out of the way, I wanted to try doing some more Moons of Peril, which is basically just a slightly more advanced version of barrows. You kill 3 easy bosses that give you a higher unique chance per boss killed, open the big chest for a chance of getting some nice armor or weapons, and repeat. I don't need any of the new gear besides the Blue Moon set since it is a master stash unit, but it is really good for mid-game Ironmen that don't have things like bandos armor or ahrims robe top and bottom. Anyways, I don't have much else to say. Let's just see what this content is all about. Just did my very first KC after completing the quest. It's going to take a while to figure out the route. This place seems like a giant maze. Anyways, will I get any uniques? Absolutely not. I guess the @Ladle darts count. I know I've only done 2 KC so far, but this is pretty fun. For the Eclipse Boss Mimic Special, there's no attack delay, so you can use a hard-hitting 5-tick weapon like the Elder Maul and just absolutely delete the boss. This guy is weak to stab, so I'm just poking him with the Salad Blade. It does pretty well. There are so many people here and everyone is wearing different stuff. This place really is like barrows where you can just pretty much use whatever setup you want and still manage to get KC. I love it. The bludgeon does really good against this boss. Apparently the dual maracas are the best in slot weapon for this boss, so if I end up getting those, I will definitely use them here. The Blood Moon boss is definitely the most annoying for mid-level accounts because it's kind of like a soft DPS check in a way. The boss heals a bunch throughout the fight, so you might need somewhat decent stats for this, as well as a solid slash weapon like the Zombie Axe or the Whip. This mechanic took me a few tries to get down, but all you need to do is walk to the blood right before it disappears and smack the Jaguar and do it a few more times. In my opinion, I feel like game sounds really help here. 5 KC coming up? Nothing. Honestly, the Super Compost is really nice. This special attack for the Eclipse Moon reminds me of following the Zug Shield in the Inferno. I guess this is a scuffed way to practice that. I wonder what happens if you teleport out or log out during this part. Surely you get your weapon back, right? I don't even want to find out. I don't feel like potentially losing my bludgeon. I'm good, bro. These little campsites are so good. It completely eliminates the use of stamina potions here. Ironmen win once again. God damn, Claws hit so hard against this guy. I love to see that. Another chest coming up. The first collection log item. Eclipse Moon Tassets. Beautiful. I heard the Eclipse Moon set is actually quite nice for normal mode TOA, but once again, I'm deep into the late game and I don't need any of this stuff besides the Blue Moon set. Still very cool to see an item. I think the wiki says it's roughly a 1 in 14 to get any item, which is pretty similar to barrows, I think. I hate to admit it, but I actually died here during the quest to the Eclipse boss. Unlucky. I'll be taking my back-to-back drop now, thank you very much. I see. The standard loot drops here are pretty good. I plan on making a hardcore Ironman at some point in the future, and this place will be super useful for the progression of that account. I'm effortlessly banking herblore, farming, prayer, and crafting XP throughout these runs, while also having a decent chance of getting some pretty good gear. I think a solid baseline before starting this content would be roughly base 70s in combat or even 60s with tank gear from barrows and a Zombie X. Wow, the Elder Maul is amazing here. Nearly killed the boss from start to finish in one phase. That's crazy. Hey, it spawned me right on top of the blood pool. -7. One of the best things about this place is that you can prep here and continuously do runs. You get Divine Super Combats that are also prayer potions, really strong food that heals over 30, infinite run energy from the Cuppas, and you can bank your loot after every single chest. The bosses are fun and they aren't too threatening since I'm maxed, but for lower levels they might be a little bit more difficult. But so far, I'm absolutely loving this place. There is 20 KC. I think I'm getting in between 5 to 7 minute runs on average, depending on how well I'm hitting and also what phase the boss is at upon entry, so I'm getting a little over 10 kills an hour so far, I'd say. With the Crystal Halberd spec, you can actually kill the boss and skip the rest of the special attack. I think this can only be done with this weapon, but I'm not sure. I wish this place would drop elite clues like barrows. I feel like the two of them are so similar already, so I don't see why that would be a problem. Hey, I finally got my second item. The Eclipse Atlatl at 37 KC. Went slightly dry for it. I think this weapon is like a budget blowpipe that rolls damage based off your melee strength bonus, which is a weird concept. Holy shit, the back-to-back exists. And it's an item that I actually need. Let's go, baby. Blue Moon chestplates, the first piece of the set. There it is. Wow, that is awesome. I went from being dry to being spooned so fast. The back 3-back does not exist, unfortunately. Although getting the first piece of the Blue Moon set is really nice. 3 more items remain. The second I finish that set, I will be done with this place. I don't think I'll be going for green log. Dude, what is happening? 3 items in 4 chests? What is my luck at this place? I mean, I'll take it. I didn't think it was possible, but they made a helmet that looks worse than the orbital helmet. 4 items in 40 KC, I'd say that's not too bad. Only need the Eclipse Moon chest piece and that set will be done. Let's keep it going. If it's not going to affect how many phases it will take to kill the Blue Moon boss, you can completely stay still and ignore the mechanic entirely. The boss only heals 100 HP, so all it takes is a few extra bludgeon hits to finish it off. Wow, I'm on full-on autopilot. I accidentally misclicked take all instead of sending it to the bank. Oops. Lucky number 48 gives us the final piece of the Eclipse Moon set. Eclipse Moon chestplate done and dusted. I'm not sure how my character is fishing, facing the wrong way, and using the net through the bridge, but I'm just not going to question it. Everybody's AFKing this mechanic now. We're all just standing around doing emotes, having a fun time. If this isn't peak Moons of Peril content, then I don't know what is. Look at everyone all nicely synced up and not messing up. People are starting to get good at this. KC70 is nothing. I haven't seen anything in 22 chests at this point, but I got so lucky earlier that a small dry streak is expected. First piece of the Blood Moon set, Blood Moon Tassets. Apparently the Blood Moon armor has the same strength bonus as bandos, and it's way easier to obtain. The same thing applies to the Blue Moon set. It's just as good as ahrims, but once again, way easier to obtain. Especially since there's a duplication protection system here that makes you unable to get duplicate items until you finish a set. This place is just so insanely good for mid-game Ironmen, it's crazy. It's pretty cool that they added these moths that basically act as budget prayer pots. Rushing Hunter Guild on a new account could be the new meta. Hunter is unironically useful now with all the new stuff that they added to the game. Having a 5-tick weapon of some kind makes the special attack a lot easier since it syncs up perfectly with the blood. This might make it easier for some people. I don't know, man. I wonder how good this armor actually is. It gives such a weird combination of bonuses, and I don't understand where this would be useful. Yo, we got the dual maracas. Let's go. Sorry, Bludgeon. I have a new toy to play with. I'm still 1 out of 4 Blue Moon pieces, so there's still a bit of grinding to do. But now I get to use these at the Blue Moon boss. They are second best in slot behind the scythe, so I should be doing big damage now. If you time it correctly, you can just walk with the sphere and not get hit at all. Makes this mechanic pretty chill. These maracas are so fun to use. I love the dual hit splats each hit. Oh my god, if my hit didn't get nulled there, I would have damn near won down to the boss. These maracas are really good here. 90 KC, come on, show me a Blue Moon piece? Never lucky. Finally, man, Blue Moon Spear. The second piece of the Blue Moon set. Took quite a while to get that. It's been like over 50 chests since the last one. Whatever. Half the set is done now, and 2 more items remain. If you drop the 2 free vials from the chest and try to get more, it won't let you. But you can just spam click it, and it will eventually give you more. KC99 gave me the first dupe of the grind. Now I got 2 of these Eclipse Moon helmets. 100 lunar chests have been looted. I feel like my log is looking pretty spoon so far, for only 100 KC. Only missing 4 more uniques to green log. Surely the Blue Moon set won't be the last thing I need, right? The game heard me making fun of these helmets, and now it's just throwing them at me left, right, and center. 3rd Eclipse Moon helmets, that's just unfortunate. Honestly, one of the best parts of doing content like this or barrows is seeing all the champions running around. This guy is manhanding a dragon halberd. I don't think I've seen that in my entire life. What an absolute beast, dude. Blue Moon helm acquired at KC 129. Nicely done. Now we only need the bottoms, and that will probably end my Moons of Peril journey. Anything for 150 KC? Never. So instead of doing potentially dozens, if not hundreds of full runs for this last piece, I'm going to try to kill only the Blue Moon boss and then loot the chest. That way getting uniques is much more rare, but the runs are way faster, and you guarantee rolling a piece of that boss's set. Target farming could be the play. Now, the standard loot is really bad, but with this method, the next time I roll a unique, the grind will be done. It only takes me about 2 or 3 minutes per run, so I should finish this relatively quickly. Oh my god, we're done, man. Target farming paid off, baby. Blue Moon set completed, which means I got the Master Stash unit done. Only took like 15 runs of one boss farming. I should have done that a while ago. But if you only need one set, straight up farm the boss that you need it for. That's all you need to do. I've been sitting on this master clue this whole time, but now that the set is done, I can finally progress it. It also looks pretty cool. I need to buy gold leaf for the master stash unit, and they added a new NPC that sells construction supplies in Varlamore. Caldegram is no longer the only source of these things. The double agent is dead, and the stash unit is now... Wait, what? I don't have a saw or hammer. That's awkward. Okay, there we go. I just got 3 follow the bar steps back to back to back. What is happening? There's no way I got a 4th follow the bar step in a row. What the hell are the odds of that? That's insane, dude. Alright, I guess the Master Casket is mine now. That was such a fast clue because of that, wow. Anyways, Moons of Peril has been finished, stash unit built, and the Master Casket has been obtained. That's a good place to call it. Moons of Peril was a fun mini grind, and I can definitely see myself revisiting that content on a different account in the future. It provides so much good stuff, and it's very accessible for mid-game accounts. After doing 10 Blue Moon boss only chests and 165 regular full runs, I made a cheeky 43.9 million GP in about a week's worth of time. Honestly, not too bad for content as easy as this. Outside of the uniques, I got a whole lot of tree seeds, herbs, super compost, soft clay, and a bunch of the new prayer shards and bones, which is quite good. But enough is enough. I've decided that I want to try out the Coliseum and go for a quiver, but before I begin doing some attempts, there are 2 very important items that I need before starting that grind. With that being said, I will see you guys at the Phantom Muspa. Goodbye for now. Subscribe, please.